Hello and welcome to Scottish Football Daily. We're here on a wee Friday, and I've got to be honest with you, I was setting up to record, I was getting everything ready, and there just wasn't really that much to chew over. But it is Scottish Football Daily, and it is a Friday, so I wanted to get us some sort of piece out today, just to touch on the bits and bobs that had happened over the last couple of days. The last few days on the channel, we've been mainly focusing and covering the Scotland stuff and the preview and the aftermath of the game. So thanks to all of you that have caught that. Good to see you all today. If you're watching this live and loud, if you've caught this after we've been live, massive fist bump to yourself. We're in the last couple of days of our first month of Scottish Football Daily business, and it's absolutely flown by the way. So thanks to everyone that's got involved in supporting the content in all shapes and forms. I've kind of dropped the ball in some areas. I'll kind of pick it back up again over the next week or two. I've just been really exhausted over the last day or so. I think with all the World Cup, like staying up late at night and then the weather getting dead hot, like my energy levels have just been getting absolutely zapped. So I've kind of dropped the ball with some of the shorts I was publishing and stuff like that. So I'll get back up to speed with that. And now that we're 1 month down the road, we're going to have some great content, hopefully kicking into action for July as the transfer window really rolls on. And that's the main theme of the video today, is really just catching up with the loose ends that we have around SPFL stuff that's happened earlier in the week. At some point, maybe in the last 72 hours is my main focus, because we've spoke on much stuff as we've went through the week. And again, if you've missed any episodes, they're not really that time sensitive. You can jump back and watch them. They're all quite short enough, I suppose. And I do my best not to rehash topics and content. So if there's something that's happened and we don't speak about it here, there's a good chance it's already on the channel. And I do my best with the descriptions and everything to make it dead clear what's in all the videos. So you should be able to find whatever you're looking for. This has kind of been in the background for a little while, but has been firmed up a few days ago. Lewis Nielsen was on loan at Falkirk last year. He's now completed his loan move there. John McGlynn, very high of praise for him. I was looking for the official post about this on Twitter. So I searched Lewis Nielsen Falkirk, and one of the first posts that came up was a Falkirk fan saying Lewis Nielsen can't be a Falkirk player next season, which just made me laugh out loud. But John McGlynn knows his onions from where I'm sitting. And in all the Scotland manager chat in the aftermath, he's one of the guys I would really look at. We spoke about it on the channel a week or two ago. But John McGlynn is a good manager, knows his stuff, and I think with him, you can tell he's a very good he's a very good guy at taking what works on the training ground onto the pitch, and he's been quite good at developing individuals as well. So he sees him as a quick centre back, and he sees he can develop on quite a lot. So that's happened for Falkirk, and I say it's just a wee bit of housekeeping more than anything for them. Similarly with St Johnstone, who have retained Rory Payton, who I think was on loan last season from Port Vale, but it's now a full transfer subject to clearance, undisclosed fee and whatever. So he returns for a season in the top flight, sporting the away kit here, which, by the way, is a pretty nice kit, I've got to say, for St Johnstone. Not for St Johnstone, but just in general. It's a pretty nice kit. Nice little change of design. And yeah, Rory Payton is back for the Saints for the next season coming. The big transfer news we've had over the last day or two is the return to the SPFL of Ross McCrorie, the former Rangers youth player who went to Aberdeen, did pretty well, and then went to Bristol City, has returned to Rangers in a £1.5 million transfer on a 3-year contract with the number 2 on his back. Derek McInnes is quoted as talking about his versatility and his character and all the rest of it. And this is a move that I think for Rangers is going to be a pretty good one overall. I don't think it really changes the dynamic of or the quality level that they've got in the squads necessarily. But I think when we look at the Rangers squad and we stick it on screen here, it definitely adds into the Derek McInnesification, if that's a word, where you're bringing a bit of personality and a bit more identity back to Rangers. As I spoke about on the channel already when analysing Rangers, it's for me the number one ingredient that they've been missing for the last 14 years or whatever it is at this point. And there's been some rumours of Lewis Ferguson, Raskin, some deals could be done there perhaps, maybe in the goalkeeper situation as well with Ivor Pandur, who is a goalkeeper I rate very highly, although he's just went to the Premier League with Hull. I don't think that's really going to happen, if I'm honest. But I think Ross McCrorie is probably going to become the Greg Taylor of Rangers, where if he does play at right back, his versatility, I think for a lot of the time when he was at Bristol City, my mouth just went really dry there, apologies. He was playing wide in a midfield 5. He's had some Scotland caps doing the same thing as well. But if Rangers are going to dominate the ball domestically, I think you could see him doing a wee touch of the Greg Taylors. He might be a bit of a Greg Taylor also in the sense of like maybe the fans aren't buzzing to see him start all the time, but he's pretty decent. Oh, Michael, I did see that on the last stream, by the way. I've sent a nudge message. I'll let you know as soon as they come back to me. Good to see you all here. I want your opinion on our away top. Oh, yeah. Oh, I kind of covered that. I don't know if that was afterwards, Ian, but I like it a lot. I personally like. I need to get some Scotland gear for when I'm on camera on this channel, but I've just been wearing my general football top collection. But it was something I was thinking about. It's like, I do like football swag, but I don't think I could ever bring myself to buy Scottish club merch. But the St Mirren kit is like no bad. Like, I like it. It's nice. I wouldn't say it's no bad. It's nice. It's good. It's a nice kit. It's a good one. Do you think you will play football or just sit back in on the counter? Or as I say, St Mirren chat. Nah, you can't. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like, even if it was like Motherwell or something because they were cool last year, like I couldn't buy a Motherwell zipper or something like that. You know, it was just I couldn't do it. It's just weird. So yeah, this is like a small transfer for Rangers, I think, but this might be one that you kind of feel on the pitch a little bit. And again, they've just got I've left Fuentes over here, but I think he's on his way out. But otherwise, this is the squad as it sits, and there's a big body count here. There's a big head count. Of course, Raskin's at the World Cup, and maybe an imminent departure as Asgard is at the World Cup also. Chermiti there's links with as well, and McCausland. But there's a significant body count here, head count, and you know, Rangers will need to be quite agile in the market, wage-wise and whatever. It's Bailey Rice, or Logan Rice, whatever his name is. Bailey Rice, isn't it? I've seen something about him the other day. I'm not sure what his actual situation is, if he's in or out. I forget. If any Rangers fans are watching, feel free to correct me. But they've got lots of different options here. I think McInnes Ball's not going to be revolutionary, but I've got a feeling if this is, you know, if they don't move Chermiti on, they're going to be playing a lot of two up top, I think. And McCrorie, if they did go three at the back and Robbins is on the left, and Rangers have got a lot of versatility at their hands here, at their fingertips. So it'll be interesting to see how McInnes wants to kind of finesse this into a shape, and then who is, you know, discarded as a result, perhaps, you know, depending on who he doesn't see as being up to scratch. Highly rumoured that Cammy Devlin is going to be signing as well. Derek McInnes's quote, Ewan Cameron, which, by the way, like, Ewan Cameron was at the press conference for Derek McInnes being unveiled as Rangers manager, which was it STV that sent him for that? It just felt really weird. I don't know, but he's like, oh, you going after any Hearts players or anything? And McInnes's response was, we've not spoke about any under contract Hearts players, because there was some rumours about Braga, obviously, but that just then firmly points in the direction of Cammy Devlin. So if he comes in, you know, this is a pretty busy midfield. Pretty busy. So we'll see what shakes out with that. And then the only other kind of outstanding piece of business that I can see floating around that we've not spoke about on the channel yet, and I have made an error or two on the tactics board, I think, with Hearts, and one or two other contributions we've had from the comment section this week. Thanks to everyone that's did that. But I don't think it's been like James Wilson's back to Hearts. It's stuff like that I've just kind of missed in the minutiae of all the movement between the 25-26 season into 26-27. But this one really did catch my eye and excite me in similar fashion to some of the business that I think Kilmarnock have done in attack, and even some of the business that we've seen Aberdeen do across the squad. Is that Dundee United have signed Northern Ireland international Michael Forbes. Now he comes to the Terrors from West Ham United. He's got a lot of credentials. He's actually like, this guy's got a really good write up, you know, in terms of the youth development system he's came through at West Ham, some of the experience he's had at that level, and with some loans and whatnot. But he's went all the way through to become a senior international with Northern Ireland. Now, Northern Ireland isn't also a mad prestigious nation where they've got tons of talent to choose from, but the fact that he's risen so high in their pecking order already, it tells you physically and intelligence wise he's ready to make that step up, as it were, to be a regular first team player to some level. And yeah, I really think this is a great move for Dundee United in so many ways. There's been a few interesting transfers like this into the SPFL, especially this summer so far, but even over the last year or two. And I think when I look at the Dundee United squad now, they've signed Dylan Tate, and it was at Rose. There was another one of the two of these guys that just came in, and then I've misspelled Forbes, I beg your pardon on that one, but the Dundee United team, I think it's a bit thin still, especially when Goodwin's probably going to play free at the back. But I do think Forbes, Graham, and then take your pick of Iovu. I don't really know this S-Link guy too well. I know Savelge kind of goes between centre-back and centre defensive mid. But that could be like a really formidable thing. You know, Dundee United, I don't think scored enough goals last season overall. So I think still they're looking for, remember that guy I just signed for St Mirren, Ramos. You know, Dundee United could really use an X-Factor type player like that in their ranks. But this is a really good defensive upgrade. And this is a player I've got a feeling we're going to be talking about as the season goes on, that is one of those bright prospects. How did we not sign him, you know, for any of the other bigger teams in the league, as it were? That's good. This season could definitely be really good for Scottish football. With Ian telling us in the chat that St Johnstone are here to play football, do a bit of a Falkirk. I can see it, by the way. I can see it. We looked at the St Johnstone team not too long ago. I've added Peyton back onto it. It's still a bit of a thin squad, I think, for me. I'm not too sure precisely where Peyton plays, if I'm honest. But it is just a bit thin, I think. So if they're going to play football and bring it on, that'll be fun. The league is so competitive. I think if we were to look at all of these squads, you would see that everyone, Motherwell's the only team I don't think we've done anything for. Oh yeah, we've got a squad. Again, quite thin, and they're expecting to sell some guys. But everyone else has made some real, like, look at Hearts. Look at Hearts have made some mad improvements. If we look at the first, like, this is the first Hearts squad we had. And if we look at it now, oh, I forgot to save that bloody Walcott guy again. Oh no, it's this one. It's this one. So let me go back to the beginning. So this is the first video we did on Hearts. And then this is where it's at now. Although I've taken off Braga and Kizaridis and stuff because whatever, he's gone now. Hibs have made some moves. Aberdeen, I really like the moves they've made. Again, if we look at the first video, I think it's for Breedle coming in, wasn't it? And Connor Ronan. Yeah, I think we did a bunch of these together. Yeah, since the second one, Olasanya. And we're maybe missing somebody. I've maybe not went onto the board since the last bit of business for them. But all across the league, there's some really nice stuff happening. Really nice stuff. I don't think Dundee's did much, have they? Yeah, we've not did Dundee. They've maybe signed one guy. As I'm looking at this, I can't even remember the name it was. Yeah, I'm not too sure who it was, but we've done them once on the channel so far. So it's shaping up to be pretty good. And this was all the appetizer in month 1 in June, because the transfer window for a lot of clubs is really going to kick in July, with teams getting eliminated from the World Cup, and then pre-season preparations happen, managerial appointments across European and world football, domino effects, players become loose, opportunities open and close, and everything starts to really track up. So I've had I say we're not quite at the end of month 1, but we're at the end of the last Friday of the month, sort of thing. So thanks to everyone that supported the channel. For the bunch of likes on the live, so thank you for everyone that did support this one today. I was going to record it and all the rest, but I said there wasn't really much to talk on. Nice signing by Dundee United, and Rangers did a Rangers kind of signing, which, you know, good for them. Rory Payton, Lewis Nielsen, kind of home housekeeping type deals. And, you know, I really didn't want to talk about Celtic on the channel like today or this week or anything, because it's just all been rumours and drama. And, you know, it's not really what I want to discuss on this channel if there's anything else, anything else to talk about. I like talking about facts and developments rather than just like, oh, did you hear what this guy said? Kind of chat, you know. So Martin O'Neill and all that stuff happened today. Maybe Sriracha happens. There's some rumours about that. But yeah, this is basically the size of it for everything that we've missed out on, and amongst all the Scotland stuff that's happened. We'll be back on Monday. Another month. St Johnstone wouldn't have been relegated. Yeah, Gabby Boy's a good point. That Falkirk guy was good, wasn't he? Yeah, nothing to talk about anyway, exactly. My favourite kit from the past, you've kind of derailed me in the outro, but I don't mind it. My favourite kits, yeah, Aberdeen have had some nice kits. They did like I like all these ones that are like Northern Lights and Starry Nights and Midnight editions and stuff like that. Aberdeen have had some nice kits in that way over the last couple of years. Motherwell had a nice kit one year recently too. Could I buy like an Aberdeen away kit and not feel yucky, or Motherwell or something? I don't know. But like trackies or zippers, definitely not. Home kits, definitely not. I don't think I really could even. Yeah, just you've just been mentioning those kits. Some of them were nice, you know. I'd maybe not wear them, but if this moves on and we have like more display area, let's just call it, then it'd be cool for a hanging rail and whatever. Anyway, we'll be back on Monday, and hopefully we've got tons of stuff over the weekend to get across and set up for the rest of the week on. I'll be kicking on with hopefully getting all the shorts back out in case you're into that type of content as well. And yeah, we'll be looking down at charging down the end of June and getting to the end of month 1 on Scottish Football Daily. Once again, thanks to everyone that's hung out today, live and loud, and supported all the content through the week and through the weeks that we've been running so far. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay out of trouble. Catch you on the next one.